What's up, everybody? I'm Jason, and I'm joined by Mohammed, who's one of our solution engineers, Solidity dev, builder. We're delighted to be here, a part of this accelerator. And today, what we're going to talk about, well, let me introduce myself, but I'm Jason, and I run our ecosystem team at Thirdweb. So I work specifically with all the chains that Thirdweb supports, which is over 900. I don't talk to 900 chains, that's too many conversations, but there's a big group that we do collaborate with. And then I also work with everybody who invests in Web3. And we have, and like, this is a part of that, like accelerators. I'm a mentor at a whole bunch, like Techstars. And we help startups. We have crafted a whole package of Thirdweb that is for startups. And we also just, my Calendly, I think it was made available in the directory or in the Slack, like, hit me up. Like, we're available to chat. Mohammed's able to get on a call. We can think through, when your hand's on keyboard, what you're thinking about. We can help you think about it because, every day, like, we're living in this stuff. We are experts at the application layer. And so as you're thinking about how to architect your apps, what should the on-chain components be? What kind of services should you use? We can help with a lot of these questions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give like a quick overview of Thirdweb because not everyone has used it on this call. And then Mohammed's going to kind of give like a tour of it. The whole takeaway that all of you should get, I'll give you the takeaway. It's that Thirdweb is like a one-stop shop that has all of the tools you need to build your apps. And those tools are free. And so I'm going to share my screen real quick. The company, we're 2 years old. We're also a startup. We're still looking for product market fit. We think we found it with DevTools. In the last, 2 years, a third of active crypto developers have used Thirdweb's tools. They've downloaded our SDKs, logged into our dashboards. We've had about 100,000 devs in the last year use our tools. On this slide, the whole point we want to communicate is like, we have tools for contracts, payments, infrastructure, and wallets, and we have a lot of tools. Some people discovered Thirdweb a year and a half ago, and we were just templates for making NFT marketplaces, or they just use us for minting, but we really are the full stack of everything you need. Another way to think about Thirdweb is simply like this. These are all tools that we all know. Open Zeppelin, a big library of contracts. Biconomy and Morales, they make great SDKs for interfacing with contracts in common languages. Rainbow, Magic Link, like these help you connect your wallet and like log in via email. Alchemy, QuickNote for RPC nodes. What we want to communicate here is these are all first-party features of Thirdweb. They also are all great partners, and Thirdweb integrates with them. So whatever you're building, one thing that's really great is you don't need to get on lots of demo calls and sign lots of contracts just to get going. If you prefer using other tools, it's very easy to. Our product values, we're a Web 2 company, but, the way we think about our values are all of our products are open source. If we go out of business, you can fork them, run them yourself. You can be submitting pull requests if you want to make changes to them that we can look at. We hold none of your data. So nothing is, we don't get between your project and the blockchain. Everything is deployed from your wallets securely. There's no contract you sign where that says like you can only exclusively use Thirdweb, or these are things that exist. We don't lock you into a contract either. A whole bunch of big brands use us, so do small companies. We're all over the place. And for all of you, things to keep in mind, I just wanted to call out like things that would help you. Like, you get free RPC nodes, free storage gateways, free storage pinning up to 50 gigabytes. For wallets, you get free email wallets up to 10,000, 2 cents after with recovery. Free smart wallets, free device wallets. These are things you normally pay for. These are free. We'll never charge for these. And you also will get an extensive library of contracts that'll accelerate your development. A thing that we hear that startups really like about Thirdweb, and Mohammed's going to show you these things. We generate UI components for all your contracts automatically, and front-end developers love this. You're able to build websites and applications around your apps very easily with our tools. We do a lot of automation throughout the developer process. We allow you to one-click deploy like any chain that's an EVM, which is crazy. And we also have really great smart wallets. So you can include social logins, You can be opening up your funnel at the top to make it easier for people who don't have like a wallet extension already installed. So these are some things I just wanted to call out. Now I'm going to like kick it off to Mohammed.
Nice to meet you, everyone. I'm Mohammed. As Jason mentioned, I'm a solutions architect here. So I help navigate our tools and help you figure out how to implement the pieces that we have into your stack, and then as you're getting the implementation, help you get unstuck as you're moving along. So I'm going to go ahead and share my whole screen. All right, so quick agenda for what I want to do is I want to first do a high-level overview, talk about what we offer. As Jason mentioned, like our goal is to help products get to market faster. He pointed out how fragmented the space is with contracts, and then all the tooling that combined with the contracts, and that's where our core competency is. Like we give you a big library of pre-built contracts, which by the way if everything we do is open source. You own the contracts you deploy. All our code is available in our GitHub, and we also offer like a Solidity kit, like in the contract space, where you can go in, modify your own functions, bring in your own flavors, and still have like all the nice little infrastructure that connects to everything else on this list. So we have a dashboard for the non-technical people out there to be able to manage their contracts and manage and interact with their contract. And then we have SDK, which variety of languages, Python, Go, JavaScript, TypeScript, and then some pre-built UI components that go along with all the functions that come along with the SDK. And then we finally have our engine. So the engine is, I think, really exciting. This is one of the very new. This is in beta right now. It's a product that we just came out with. I'll touch on that a little bit more once I get to that screen. So after talking about everything at a high level and what we provide, this is all free infra, right? Like across the board, you're going to need RPC, you're going to need storage, you're going to need a bundler, paymaster, relayer, all these sort of things. We give you a starter amount for free, and once you get past certain usage limits, that's when the paid conversations start. So everything probably for the people in this room to get going and launch their MVP and get their like initial set of users, you're going to be able to get out of the box for free very easily. First thing I want to show you guys and gals and everyone else is here in our get started page. I'm going to go ahead and connect my wallet. I'll talk about this UI component a little bit in a second. I'm going to connect my MetaMask wallet. Everything you see on our page was built using our tooling, as you can imagine. So anything you see that's built here, you can build as well using the SDK. So if we go to our contracts page, Contract Explorer page, and we want to deploy a contract, we see the library of contracts here, right? We have the basic NFT drops, 1155, 721s, tokens, staking. We have a full-fledged marketplace contract, all the primitives you need to get your smart wallet contract going. I mean, account abstraction is probably the most exciting thing right now in terms of new cutting edge tech, and we give you like all the pieces you need to get that going. Each one of these contracts, if they're written by us, they're audited. If they're written by third parties, they're usually audited. If you have a contract that you've written that you want to get on this store or this marketplace, I should say, let us know. We'd be happy to work together. If you go into any particular contract, we also link a number of resources, and often for each of these we have starter code. So GitHub repo that you can just fork and go and get started with. Deploying is pretty easy. You put in all the information here, add any sort of advanced configuration, and then as Jason said, we support all EVM chains. And if you run your own app chain or private testnet or whatever, you can always add a custom network and add in the information yourself, direct information here to get it going as well. After you've deployed, I'm going to show you what the interface looks like. So we have a big variety of options and tools here, code snippets to help you get going. The Explorer gives you a way to interact with your smart contract directly from the dashboard without having to write a line of code. We track the events. We provide you some basic stats. This is an area that we're building out as well. If anyone has any analytics requests, please send those over as well. You know, we're also still a startup. We're only about 2 years old, and we're growing quickly. And analytics is a big area of focus for us. So if you see areas that you would like to see highlighted that would bring business value to you, your company, your users, let us know. We'd love to have that conversation. I mean, really anything in this like top area, like contract, and then the way to interact and communicate with the contract, that's where we want to like be number one. And so if you have thoughts or feedback, please send that over. And then here, very easy interface to create NFTs, to create your NFT collection, single upload, bulk upload, claim conditions, permissions, and then some nice little embed code for the lower code solutions that want to just drop like a little widget or an iframe like on their site to get their mint going. So that's the contracts and dashboard overview. The SDK, I'll give you a quick high-level tour here as well. I'm in our portal now. These are all our docs. We have it categorized by, you know, type of product, type of contract. We have our infrastructure down here, and then the juicy parts are here, you know, in the language specifics, where, you know, here and with React, for example, you know, we give you a number of this Connect wallet we'll play around with here in a second, but we give you a number of UI components that are like available out of the box. I mean, even, you know, if we think about NFT rendering, you know, without Thirdweb, it's, you know, like the 7-step process where you got to, you know, get your like contract to ABI from like Etherscan, create a contract with address, fetch the total number of NFTs from your contract, fetch the metadata using a networking library, fetch your owner using Ethers, assemble a list together, then display your NFT in your app. Here, it's one import, right? You just import your Thirdweb NFT media, and then you grab your contract using our SDK, you import the NFT media, and then you pass in the metadata into this component. You know, you have like 6-7 lines of code to do that, like, you know, hour of work and 7 steps that you would have to, you know, take on without this SDK. And then the hooks, the hooks, we got hooks for days. All sorts of hooks to help you interact with your contract, get you going really quickly and really easily. We talked about SDK, we talked about some UI components. I'll show you another one in a second when we jump into the wallet portion. Engine, Thirdweb Engine. This is what I mentioned is one of our newest products. You can imagine, let me see, where's our engine? There it is. Here's the main set of docs for it. So you can imagine Thirdweb Engine as, you know, the full, the highest level is a backend server. It's an HTTP interface to any smart contract on an EVM chain. You know, it does support any like RPC override, and we support any kind of local chain, public chain as well. And the idea here is that it gives you, you know, this smart contract interface, but it also lets you create and manage backend wallets. And these are typically stored in a KMS-like situation. So we integrate with AWS, KMS, and a few other providers like that. Now, the goal here is to be able to, you know, there's complexities when dealing with the blockchain, especially when you're dealing with a high volume of transactions, retries, et cetera. And that's what we solve here for you. You know, we manage the throughput queuing, nonce management, retrying gas, et cetera, of all these backend wallets. So at a high level, you know, you have your app backend, and you know, let's say you're like a game, someone passes a level and you want to mint an NFT and send it to their wallet. Your app backend would send an HTTP call to Engine. It would pick up the engine would pick up the backend wallet it wants to use, which is a developer wallet, and then spend some gas from that wallet to interact with the smart contract, in this case an NFT, and it would mint to the ultimate wallet. You know, this really, I don't think for the technical audience here we need to describe like benefits of SDK versus API. I think it's more of a design decision. But if you're using the app at like a lot of scale in a very little amount of time, those issues like the nonce management and retries become really important, and you probably want to be looking at the SDK, or sorry, the API. Or also, if we don't, you know, support the language that you're using, like let's say you have a native mobile app, and you know we have React Native library, but we don't have like a Swift library, right? Well, maybe you want to use the API endpoints now to integrate fully into your app. the juicy parts are down here. If you go down to the reference and look at the beta endpoint reference, we have this nice little doc that gives you all the endpoints that we have. If you guys are interested in deploying smart wallets through the API, hit me or Jason up directly. That is available through the API today. We just rolled it out like middle of last week. It hasn't made it into the docs yet, but I have like a beta version of the docs I can share for you if you want to get going quickly. All right, that is it on kind of the high level overview of what we offer. Again, contracts and then things that, talk to contracts, whether it's no code, SDK level code, or, API level code. All right, wallet time. So I'm going to go back here and take a look at the wallets. So a few different wallets. We have our this right here is the last UI component I want to show you. This is our Thirdweb Connect widget. We give you a really easy like interface to configure what your login or wallet connect flow looks like. We're all familiar with the EOA wallets. We support a bunch of them here. You can select them, and down here we give you the code that shows how to import any of these wallets and make it available through the Thirdweb interface. We have everything is highly customizable here too, right? We have the overall functionality here, but the appearance here as well. If you want to change any of the information from the button title to the icon to the background here, the splash image, the overall theme, you can customize. Highly customizable and overridable. And anything that you can't do using this little tool here, you can always override with like custom CSS. Our goal is to power your app. It's not to get is to highlight our own name or our own branding or anything. It's everything here is white labeled out of the box. Something if you look at our competitors, they don't offer without some sort of paid plan, and usually like some sort of implementation fee like on top of the a paid plan. Let's see what else we got. We got the EOA wallets. Won't talk about this too much, but if someone wants to bring in their own EOA wallet, their own MetaMask, their own Coinbase wallet, their own whatever, it's all available right there. Then we have local wallets. Local wallets are a bunch of fun. These are a low-level wallet that allows you to create wallets within your app or your project. It's a non-custodial solution that really simplifies the onboarding process and improves the user experience for all Web3 apps. I think the name of the game today in user onboarding is how closely can we get this to a Web2-esque onboarding and have our users not worry about, seed phrases, signing transactions, having gas in their accounts, approving transactions. These are all little bitty pieces that make user onboarding more slow, and local wallets is a solution to that, as well as smart wallets. So here, this enables non-Web3 native users to get started easily without having to actually create a wallet. It hides transaction confirmations from the users. And the type of storage, by default, it stores at the wallet on your web browser if you're using React, or the storage of the device if you're using React Native. But you can override that as well. We have a cool demo that one of our lead devs made where the wallet is actually encrypted and stored on IPFS. So now you're using like a decentralized storage solution for the actual wallet storage as well. Embedded wallets. This is another wallet infrastructure. This is what enables really familiar email, social, bring your own auth kind of login here. We see that demoed beautifully here with our Connect wallet. You click your email. You either sign in with Google. By the way, imminently this quarter, we're going to add a bunch more social auth options. I believe like Twitter, bring your own auth with OAuth. There's like 2 or 3 more. I can't remember. I think like Medium, GitHub. There's a big bundle of additional social sign-in options here. But let's say you just want to log in using your email address. You click submit, and then let me go grab the passcode to show you. Here we go. We have our passcode. This is customizable as well with your own logo and branding. We grab our one-time passcode. Takes a second to auth, and once it's done, this signing mechanism is a feature of our login, but There we go. We're live. We're connected. This is our connect wallet button that shows the overall like balance, switch network, do all sorts of fun stuff. So this email wallet is kind of like option one. We're talking about local wallet as a way for people to get a frictionless onboarding. Option two are these embedded wallets, which, as Jason mentioned, if you self-host, it's free forever. If you want a managed service where we like handle the hosting for you, it's free up to 10,000 wallets, and then a couple cents per wallet per active monthly wallet after that. Option three is smart wallets. So smart wallets, I think most people in here are probably, again, familiar with this. This is a very, very, very hot topic today. We give you all the primitives to get going. You have to bring, there's two elements to any smart wallet. You have your like signature provider, which can be anything. It can be an EOA wallet. It can be the email embedded wallet. It can be like your app's, backend wallet. It can even be like your biometric sign in on your iPhone, right? You can bring any sort of signature provider to a smart wallet as piece one. Piece two is the smart contract itself. And there's stuff in between, right? You need account factories, paymaster if you want to think about covering fees. We have a lot of public infrastructure available for this, and you can also deploy your own. Here in the smart wallet templates, I'll show you a quick user flow. We have this app that is linked right here. Here's our Connect Wallet component again. With the smart wallet, you bring in, let's see, if I want to create a new smart wallet, this is again, using the local wallet that I showed you earlier as the signature provider. It is encrypted via password. So you put in your password, you create your new own wallet, or you can option to import wallet for, more Web3 savvy users. You click create. This takes a second because, it creates the wallet, and it's also got to deploy the contract, but that's done, pretty quickly here. And that's your flow. There's also the, use connect hook and custom UI that you can use. If you're logged out here, all you put in is your password or whatever other form that you want to use to connect your wallet. So once you're in, the whole claiming process, very easy. You can click claim. We follow a process here where we don't display well, one thing I want to mention, you might have noticed that upon account creation, we didn't actually deploy a smart wallet. The smart wallet, the design is a counterfactual design, which means that we reserve and pre-compute the contract address that's needed for the user, but you don't actually need to deploy the wallet or the contract until a user is taking an action, a specific action with that smart wallet. So you can create these smart accounts for users using our system and never pay like a deployment fee. You can until the user decides that they want to like withdraw or transfer like the NFT or asset on that account. It's really amazing because you can airdrop items to their account without ever having to like deploy the smart wallets. When you do deploy, ultimately, this is the scale of cost that you're thinking about too. So it's like a pretty small kind of cost that you could bake into like your user acquisition costs. And from there are no, you see, it's like a very Web2 friendly flow. No signing of transactions, no gas. Everything is covered in this demo by our by the infrastructure and by the backend tools. All right, that is really the end of my my demo. I'm going to pause here and stop sharing. Any thoughts, any questions around like what we offer, any sort of under the hood questions that have piqued your interest? Happy to field anything that has come up.
One of the areas I think could be interesting, you guys can share some of what you're doing, is around the sort of I would say like loyalty programs in that feature set, because right, the focus of this cohort, right, is around tokenomics, and all the companies are working and developing their own sort of plan for a token launch and thinking about different ways that launching their own sort of protocol level ERC20 token can be utilized and to make sense for their user base, their communities, things like that. So I think maybe that sort of idea of around, you know, that kind of like incentivization, or also I believe you guys have some stuff around even just like governance, voting, that type of stuff too in your templates could be really helpful. Just, you know, the solutions you guys have under the hood that can help accelerate go to market on some of these token launches that the companies are working on.
Yeah, we have. I mean, the way to think about Thirdweb is it can accelerate your product development for any of these things. We have all the contracts and templates for DAOs, for these types of tokens you just described, for staking. We don't have tokenomics models to give you, but like, you know, you can easily experiment with yours. We like, you know, there's a lot of configuration, a lot of integrating a lot of different libraries together, like Mohammed said, and Thirdweb sort of gets you to the starting line with a lot of that already done, or it automates a lot of those steps and does best practices. So it just helps you build faster. I would say like the three things we hear the most from startup teams that they really appreciate about Thirdweb are: one, there's the library of contracts; two, it generates the UI components so they can easily build it, they can quickly build around their contracts. And then three, like the full wallet SDK offers offers all of the sort of wallet interaction use cases. So you can sort of immediately take advantage of like a great user experience. Yeah, that's aside from like the free pricing aspect of it. But those things help they help move you fast.
Yeah. And I want to point out that these solutions, you know, I think we're feeling a really nice niche where we have a lot of easy, fast, like get going on your own tools for the startup phase. But our solutions are battle tested at the enterprise phase you know, as well. You know, the Coinbase's on-chain summer event that happened throughout August. Like we were the contract provider for the majority of those brands, like Coca-Cola, DK Motion, Atari, Iskra, Rainbow Wallet. They all used our contracts and our tooling, and the whole Coinbase like minting flow on-chain summer was done using like our tooling. Zero downtime, zero errors. We even spun up a custom contract for Coinbase themselves. They wanted to have this evolving NFT standard where, you know, this 721 can change its metadata based on other on-chain holdings, other ERC20, 1155, or 721 holdings. And that's all done on-chain, no extra transactions. The contract itself is like looking for on-chain assets. And after that initial deployment, all you need to do is set up the rules engine. So like if you have, you know, so many of ERC20 token, you get like 50 points. If you get this 721 for attending like an advocacy event, you get like 100 points. And then your points take you from bronze to silver to gold. By the way, that contract isn't available on our marketplace yet. If you are interested in it, again, message us or you know, connect with us over the Jason's HubSpot meeting. And happy to share the link to that deployment contract as well. It's a fun one for like managing loyalty and rewards.
Another thing that we've seen a lot of teams using, whether they're chains or other startups, they'll use Thirdweb as like a growth marketing tool. They'll like create, you know, claim this NFT, like this early Genesis user NFT of our product, if you do this on-chain action. And we're seeing a lot of like marketing teams kind of do those campaigns on their own. And users, you know, they seem to like it. It's an interesting, like, sort of Web3 native way to approach marketing.
Yeah, it's a good point too, because also it's a way to do that that's less dev heavy, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to pivot your whole team to that initiative.
You might need a dev to push the last 5% of the project, but a PM could put together, or a marketer could put together a whole flow. You know, okay, we're going to tweet about, you know, how everyone can get this NFT if they connect their wallet and deposit whatever, set up their account, or if they've been in the Discord. Well,
and I mean, I think that's also, yeah, like definitely if any of the you know, anyone on the call have any questions or anything they want to bring up, I think I'll say also for me, one of the things that has stood out to me with Thirdweb has also just been, yeah, your guys' availability and when we need to talk about different ideas and concepts and like explore different things. And so even if something's not currently, in your template library or in the SDK, like there's a conversation to be had. If there's a unique utility that could be utilized, right? And there's stuff, there's opportunities, and you guys are open to it. It's not just sort of like a fixed, like, here's what we have.
No.
You know,
Yeah, absolutely. We're growing based on the feedback from our users. The people in this room drive our product roadmap, and hearing what you need, what your customers need, ends up being what we need to.
Yeah, so let me chime in here a sec. So one of the things we're playing with is an ERC 6551 token for an on-chain membership that essentially can have an inventory component. So if I wanted to, for instance, give a traveler 20% off voucher, give them a tokenized 3-day stay to a hotel, I could essentially put this inside of the ERC 6551. I'm not sure if you've seen how they look on OpenSea, but if you hover over them, you can see the NFT and you can see the items that are essentially bound to that. So if you buy it, it transfers with it, as well as you could obviously claim it and sell it directly on secondary.
Yeah, well, I'll drop the contract for you here. There's a little, actually, I won't drop the contract because it's all linked in that little blog post. Here's another one that I think is great for folks out there who want to get like a primer on token bound accounts and account abstraction are, I think, like the two hot topics of the day today. Token bound accounts are really exciting because they're token bound, right? You can turn any NFT into a wallet essentially, and you can the unique value proposition for me there is that it's kind of like, you attach a little backpack to this NFT, and any of the stuff you put in the backpack, when you transfer the NFT that's got the backpack on, everything in the backpack comes with it as well. So it makes it like when we talk about like interoperability, and that's like one of the exciting things about loyalty rewards, right? Like I have all this Best Buy credit, like I don't go to Best Buy anymore. I want like Amazon credit, like instead, having like a nice little backpack where all of that credits, attached to this like little account that I can go to a marketplace and sell to someone who does value Best Buy credit, and use that money. Maybe I take a small loss on it, but I take that money and now like buy credit, like, credits at Amazon or whatever other loyalty program, whether it's airline miles or hotel status or anything. Yeah, the 6551 is a really exciting topic as well.
Well, that's pretty much everything we're here to talk about. Feel free to chime in with any other questions or to just take a look in the chat. I dropped a meeting link with myself and our solutions team. And feel free to book time throughout, the accelerator, time. We're available to chat about things. So great. Well, thanks for attending, everybody. I hope you remember these tools will be really helpful. They're really free. You have free RPC nodes. You have no reason to not use free RPC nodes.